The discovery of the supercarriers. On the planet Erendor, the Phala people lived in harmony with nature. Their advanced society thrived on sustainable technologies and peaceful coexistence. Erendor was a world of breathtaking beauty, with vast forests of bioluminescent trees, crystal-clear rivers, and skies filled with radiant auroras. The Phala cities were marvels of engineering, blending seamlessly into the natural landscape. The serene landscape. Erendor was a paradise, its cities hidden within the embrace of nature. The bioluminescent trees lit up the night, creating an ethereal glow. The rivers, clear and pristine, were lifelines for the Phala, providing sustenance and serenity. A shadowed history. Despite its beauty, Erendor's history was marred by a haunting conflict. Millennia ago, humans had arrived from the stars, bringing chaos and destruction. They came in colossal ships wielding weapons of unimaginable power. The Phala ancestors had fought fiercely, using every resource at their disposal to repel the invaders. After decades of brutal warfare, the humans were finally driven away, but the scars of that conflict remained etched in the Phala collective memory. The relics of war. Stories of the human invasion were passed down through generations, a somber reminder of a dark past. Many dismissed these tales as mere legends, believing that the humans were a threat that belonged to history. However, for high scholar Elindra, these stories held a deeper, more ominous truth. Uncovering the past. Elindra was a respected historian and archivist dedicated to preserving the Phala's past. She spent countless hours in the Grand Library, a vast repository of knowledge built into the cliffs overlooking the Sci-Fi Sea. The library was a place of awe and reverence, its walls adorned with ancient texts and holographic records. Elindra's work often led her to the oldest and most fragile documents, where she uncovered forgotten details about the human invasion. A startling discovery. One evening, as the twin moons of Erendor cast a silvery glow over the landscape, Elindra made a startling discovery. She was studying an ancient manuscript, its pages brittle with age, when she noticed a series of symbols and patterns that seemed out of place. With growing excitement, she cross-referenced the symbols with other historical records. What she found sent a chill down her spine. There were signs, subtle and hidden, that the humans might one day return. Raising the alarm, Elindra immediately brought her findings to the attention of the High Council. High Chancellor Thea, a wise and seasoned leader, listened intently as she presented her evidence. The humans left behind artifacts and technology that we barely understand, Elindra explained. These symbols indicate that they may have left a marker, a beacon that could signal their return. Preparing for the worst. The council members exchanged uneasy glances. Thea nodded gravely. We must take this seriously. The safety of our people is paramount. We will increase our surveillance and prepare for any potential threat. As Erendor's defenses were quietly reinforced, life continued as usual for most fellow citizens. But for Elindra, the sense of impending doom was inescapable. She delved deeper into her research, seeking any clue that might help them understand the human intentions. The nightmare begins. Then one night, the nightmare became reality. A massive energy signature was detected on the fringes of Erendor's solar system. The observatory, situated on the highest peak of Mount Starfire, relayed the data to the council. Elindra, along with a team of scientists, rushed to analyze the readings. The data was unmistakable. It was a human spacecraft, more advanced and far larger than any described in their records. Facing the fear, panic spread through the Phala society like wildfire. The humans were returning, but this time they seemed more prepared and formidable. Elindra felt a mixture of fear and determination. She knew they had to be ready for anything. A call to arms. High Chancellor Thea addressed the nation, his voice broadcast across every city and settlement. We have lived in peace for centuries, but the time has come to face our past. We must prepare for the possibility of conflict while seeking a diplomatic resolution. The Phala mobilized their defenses. a sophisticated network of energy shields, drone fleets, and ground forces. Their technology, though peaceful, was capable of formidable resistance. Meanwhile, Elindra and her team worked tirelessly to decode any potential communication signals from the approaching ship. The human arrival days turned into sleepless nights as the tension on Erendor escalated. Finally, the human ship entered the orbit of Erendor. Its colossal size cast a shadow over the capital city, causing the skies to darken. The ship hovered silently, a menacing reminder of their past fears. A transmission was received, and Elindra was called to interpret. The message was simple: we come in peace. We seek to atone for the actions of our ancestors and to forge a new alliance. The human proposition, the initial meeting. Suspicion and fear gripped the Fella, but fear decided to meet the humans. A delegation was arranged, and Elindra was chosen as one of the representatives. As they boarded their own craft to rendezvous with the humans, the air was thick with uncertainty. The echoes of the past loomed large, and the fate of Erendor hung in the balance. The human ship. The Fela delegation approached the human ship with trepidation. The vessel was a marvel of engineering, a floating city in the sky. Its sleek metallic surface reflected the light of Erendor's twin moons. As their craft docked, Elindra's mind raced with questions and concerns. She could feel the weight of history pressing down on her, the responsibility of her people resting heavily on her shoulders. Captain Hayes, High Chancellor Thea, led the delegation, flanked by Elindra and other prominent leaders. As the airlock hissed open, they were greeted by a group of humans in sleek, uniform attire. At the forefront was Captain Marcus Hayes, a tall man with a calm demeanor and an air of authority. His eyes were filled with a mix of determination and regret. "Welcome aboard," Captain Hayes said, his voice resonating with sincerity. "I am Captain Marcus Hayes. We come in peace and seek to right the wrongs of our ancestors." The proposal, Thea nodded, his expression guarded but polite. "I am High Chancellor Thea, and these are my esteemed colleagues. We are here to listen and to understand your intentions." As they walked through the ship's corridors, Elindra couldn't help but marvel at the advanced technology on display. It was clear that humanity had made significant strides since their last encounter, yet the memories of the past loomed large, and she remained wary. Forging trust. The meeting took place in a spacious chamber filled with holographic displays and advanced communication equipment. Captain Hayes began with a detailed explanation of their mission. "We have studied our history and the devastation caused by our ancestors' actions. Our society has evolved, and we now value harmony and sustainability. We seek your forgiveness and the opportunity to forge a new alliance." Skepticism. Elindra listened intently, her mind racing with possibilities. Could these humans truly have changed? Could they be trusted? She raised her hand, and Captain Hayes acknowledged her. "Your words are promising, Captain Hayes, but actions speak louder than words. How can we be sure that your intentions are genuine?" "An offer." Hayes nodded, anticipating the question. "We have come prepared to share our technology and knowledge. We believe in mutual benefit and collaboration. To demonstrate our commitment, we propose a joint venture, a collaborative exploration of a nearby uninhabited planet rich in resources that could benefit both our societies." Mixed reactions. The proposal was met with mixed reactions. Theo appeared thoughtful, while some council members exchanged skeptical glances. Elindra, however, saw potential. "This could be an opportunity for us to learn from each other and to build trust, but we must proceed with caution." Moving forward. The meeting concluded with an agreement to further discuss the proposal and to arrange a preliminary mission. As the Fela delegation prepared to leave, Captain Hayes approached Elindra. "High Scholar Elindra, your insights and knowledge are invaluable. I hope we can work together to bridge the gap between our peoples." Cautious optimism. Elindra nodded, sensing his sincerity. "I hope so too, Captain Hayes, but know that trust is not easily given. It must be earned." Public reaction. Back on Erendor, the news of the meeting spread quickly. The reactions were varied, some hopeful, others fearful. General Kaller, a prominent military leader, voiced his concerns publicly. "We cannot forget the atrocities committed by the humans. This could be a ploy to weaken our defenses and invade us again. We must remain vigilant and prepared for the worst." Addressing fears. Thea and Elindra worked tirelessly to address these fears. They held public forums, explaining the details of the proposal and emphasizing the importance of diplomacy. The High Chancellor's words were measured and wise. "We have an opportunity to forge a new path, one based on mutual respect and understanding. We must be cautious, but we must also be open to the possibility of a better future." A fragile alliance. Preparing for the mission. As preparations for the joint mission began, Elindra found herself at the forefront of the collaborative efforts. The proposed exploration of the nearby planet, designated as Cylon 5, was both a test and an opportunity for the Feller and humans to work together. The mission team comprised members from both species, chosen for their expertise and open-mindedness. The journey to Cylon 5. The journey to Cylon 5 was filled with tension and anticipation. The combined crew boarded the Feller's advanced spacecraft, the Luminar, which had been modified to include human technological enhancements. As the Luminar departed Erendor's orbit, Elindra felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. Exploring the unknown. Cylon 5 was a planet of stark contrasts, with lush forests, towering mountains, and vast deserts. The mission's primary objective was to assess the planet's resources and potential for habitation. As the Luminar descended into the atmosphere, the crew prepared for the challenges ahead. Uncovering new resources, the initial exploration was promising. Cylon 5's surface teemed with diverse flora and fauna, many species unknown to either the Feller or humans. The planet's mineral deposits and energy sources were abundant, offering immense potential for both civilizations. Working together, Elindra and Captain Hayes worked closely, coordinating the efforts of their respective teams. Despite the initial wariness, a sense of camaraderie began to develop among the crew members. Shared goals and the thrill of discovery fostered a growing trust. A hidden danger, however, not everything on Cylon 5 was as it seemed. During an expedition into a dense jungle, the team encountered signs of an ancient, abandoned structure. The architecture was unfamiliar, but it bore traces of both Feller and human design, suggesting a long-forgotten connection. The ancient ruins. The discovery of the ruins sparked intense debate. What was this place? How did it come to be? As the team delved deeper, they uncovered remnants of advanced technology, hinting at a civilization far older than either the Feller or humans had imagined. A shared history. Elindra's research skills were put to the test as she deciphered ancient inscriptions. The texts revealed a history of collaboration and conflict between early Feller and human settlers, long before the recorded invasion. It became clear that the two species had crossed paths before, with both cooperation and strife shaping their intertwined histories. A new understanding. This revelation had a profound impact on both teams. The realization that their ancestors had once worked together and faced common challenges provided a new perspective on their current situation. The sense of shared history and mutual struggle brought the crew closer together. Returning home, with their mission on Cylon 5 deemed a success, the Luminar prepared to return to Erendor. The crew brought back valuable resources and a wealth of knowledge. More importantly, they returned with a renewed sense of hope and understanding. Reporting to the Council, back on Erendor, Elindra and Captain Hayes presented their findings to the High Council. The discoveries on Cylon 5, particularly the ancient ruins, were met with awe and curiosity. Thea and the Council members recognized the significance of this shared history and the potential for a stronger alliance. Building the future. The success of the joint mission marked the beginning of a new chapter for the Feller and humans. Plans for further collaborative projects were set in motion, and the bond between the two species grew stronger. Elindra and Captain Hayes continued to work together, determined to build a future based on trust, respect, and shared purpose. The Empress's wrath, a sudden threat. As the Phalar and humans celebrated their newfound alliance, a looming threat emerged from the shadows. Unbeknownst to them, their activities on Cylon 5 had not gone unnoticed. Deep in the recesses of space, a powerful and ancient entity observed their progress with growing disdain. The Alien Empress. The Alien Empress, ruler of a vast and enigmatic empire, had long regarded humanity with suspicion and contempt. The discovery of the Phalar and human cooperation on Cylon 5 was the catalyst for her ire. The Empress, known for her ruthless strategies and formidable fleet, saw the burgeoning alliance as a direct threat to her dominion. Preparing for war, the Empress ordered her fleet to prepare for an imminent invasion. Her advisors and generals, seasoned warriors with a deep-seated hatred for humanity, relished the prospect of crushing the upstart alliance. The fleet, comprised of over 200 supercarriers, was a force to be reckoned with, each vessel bristling with advanced weaponry and defenses. A dire warning. On Erendor, the celebration was cut short by a sudden and urgent transmission. The message, relayed through multiple channels, was clear and ominous. Prepare for the Empress's wrath. She comes with a fleet to annihilate your alliance and reclaim her rightful dominance. The Council's response. Panic spread quickly as the gravity of the situation became apparent. The High Council convened an emergency session to address the threat. High Chancellor Thea's face was grave as he addressed the assembly. We face a powerful enemy, one that seeks to destroy everything we have worked to build. We must stand united and prepare for the worst. Mobilizing defenses. The Phalar and humans swiftly mobilized their defenses. The sophisticated network of energy shields, drone fleets, and ground forces was put on high alert. The Luminar, having returned from Cylon 5, was outfitted with additional weaponry and prepared for battle. A plan of action. Elindra and Captain Hayes were at the forefront of the defensive preparations. They worked tirelessly, coordinating strategies and ensuring that every measure was taken to protect their people. Thea's leadership was instrumental in maintaining morale and focus during these tense times. The Empress arrives. As the Empress's fleet approached Erendor, the tension reached a fever pitch. The skies darkened as the massive supercarriers entered the planet's orbit. The sheer size and power of the fleet were overwhelming, casting a shadow over the world below. A defiant stand. Despite the overwhelming odds, the Phalar and humans stood ready. High Chancellor Thea addressed the people of Erendor, his voice filled with resolve. We have faced threats before and emerged stronger. Today, we stand together, united in our defense. We will not be cowed by fear. We will fight for our future. The first battle, the initial clash, was brutal. The Empress's fleet unleashed a barrage of energy weapons, testing the strength of Erendor's defenses. The energy shields held, but only barely, as the combined forces of Phalar and human technology strained to withstand the assault. A glimmer of hope. In the midst of the chaos, Elindra and Captain Hayes identified a potential weakness in the Empress's strategy. They devised a daring plan to exploit this vulnerability, coordinating a counterattack that targeted the flagship of the fleet. A turning point. The counterattack was a gamble, but it paid off. The Luminar, leading the charge, managed to breach the defenses of the Empress's flagship. The ensuing battle was fierce, but the combined efforts of the Phalar and human forces began to turn the tide. The Empress's retreat. Realizing that her fleet was at risk of being overwhelmed, the Empress ordered a retreat. The surviving supercarriers withdrew, leaving behind a battered but triumphant Erendor. The battle had been costly, but it was a victory that would be remembered for generations. A new era. The successful defense of Erendor solidified the alliance between the Phalar and humans. The Empress's defeat marked the beginning of a new era, one where cooperation and unity would be the foundation of their shared future. The aftermath, healing and rebuilding. In the wake of the battle, Erendel began the arduous process of healing and rebuilding. The damage inflicted by the Empress's fleet was extensive, but the resilience of the Phalar and humans shone through as they worked together to restore their world. Honoring the fallen. A memorial was erected to honor those who had sacrificed their lives in the defense of Erendel. The names of the fallen were inscribed on a monument, a solemn reminder of the cost of war and the bravery of those who fought to protect their home. Strengthening the alliance. The battle had forged a stronger bond between the Phalar and humans. Joint efforts in rebuilding further solidified their alliance, with teams from both species working side by side to repair the damage and enhance their defenses for the future. Technological advancements. The shared knowledge and technology exchange between the Phalar and humans led to significant advancements. Innovations in energy production, medical technology, and transportation emerged from their collaboration, benefiting both civilizations. A new fleet. In response to the Empress's attack, a new fleet was commissioned. This fleet, a symbol of the united strength of the Phalar and humans, was designed with both defensive and exploratory capabilities. The Luminar, now a flagship of this new fleet, was upgraded with cutting-edge technology. Diplomatic efforts. Theo and Elindra led diplomatic efforts to reach out to other civilizations in the galaxy. The goal was to establish a network of alliances that could stand against any future threats. These diplomatic missions were met with varying degrees of success, but the message was clear: unity and cooperation were the keys to a secure future, a lasting peace. Despite the lingering fear of the Empress's return, the people of Erendel embraced a sense of hope and optimism. The alliance with humanity had proven that even the darkest of threats could be faced and overcome through unity and determination. Legacy of the Ancestors. Elindra continued her research, delving deeper into the shared history of the Phalar and humans. The ancient ruins on Cylon 5 became a focal point of study, revealing more about the early interactions between the two species and the lessons that could be learned from their ancestors. Looking to the stars. As Erendel rebuilt, attention turned once again to the stars. The new fleet, equipped with advanced technology, was ready to explore new frontiers. The spirit of discovery and adventure that had brought the Phalar and humans together now propelled them forward into the unknown. The next chapter. Elindra and Captain Hayes, having played pivotal roles in the alliance and the defense of Erendel, remained key figures in the ongoing efforts to ensure peace and prosperity. Their leadership and vision inspired others to continue striving for a future where all species could coexist and thrive. The Empress's warning. Though the immediate threat had been averted, the Empress's warning lingered. The knowledge that such a powerful enemy existed kept the Phalar and humans vigilant. They knew that the Empress might return, and they were determined to be prepared for whatever challenges lay ahead. The quest for understanding. A new mission. In the aftermath of the battle, Elindra proposed a new mission: to uncover the true origins of the ancient ruins on Cylon 5 and to understand the deeper connections between the Phalar, humans, and the mysterious civilization that had once inhabited the planet. Forming the team. A diverse team of scientists, historians, and explorers was assembled, representing the best minds from both the Phalar and humans. Captain Hayes and Elindra were once again at the helm, their partnership strengthened by the trials they have faced together. Returning to Cylon 5. The Luminar set course for Cylon 5, its mission now one of exploration and discovery. The journey was filled with anticipation as the crew prepared to delve deeper into the mysteries of the ancient ruins. Uncovering the past. Upon arrival, the team began a thorough investigation of the ruins. Advanced scanning technology and meticulous excavation revealed more about the ancient civilization. Artifacts, inscriptions, and technological remnants painted a picture of a once thriving society that had faced its own challenges and conflicts. A revelation. Among the discoveries was a central chamber, hidden deep within the ruins. Inside, a holographic record was activated, revealing a message from the ancient civilization. The message spoke of a great alliance between species, forged in the face of common threats, and the importance of unity and cooperation. A shared legacy. The message resonated deeply with Elindra and Captain Hayes. It was a poignant reminder that their current efforts mirrored the struggles and triumphs of those who had come before. The realization that they were part of a larger, ongoing narrative provided a sense of purpose and continuity. A call to action. Inspired by the discoveries, Elindra and Hayes shared their findings with the High Council and the broader public. The ancient message became a rallying cry, reinforcing the importance of unity and collaboration in the face of adversity. Expanding horizons. With renewed determination, the Phalar and humans expanded their exploration efforts. The ancient ruins on Cylon V became a center of learning and research, attracting scholars and adventurers from across the galaxy. Building bridges. Diplomatic missions continued, with the goal of building a network of allied civilizations. The message of unity and cooperation found a receptive audience, and new alliances were formed, strengthening the collective security of the region. A future of possibilities. The quest for understanding opened new avenues of exploration and discovery. The combined efforts of the Phalar and humans led to technological breakthroughs, cultural exchanges, and a deeper appreciation of the rich tapestry of galactic history. Continuing the journey. As the Luminar prepared for its next mission, Elindra and Captain Hayes reflected on the journey so far. They knew that challenges still lay ahead, but they were confident that, together, they could face whatever the future held. A new dawn. Celebrating unity. The alliance between the Phalar and humans was solidified through a grand celebration on Erendor. Representatives from both species, as well as new allies, gathered to commemorate their achievements and to look forward to a brighter future. Honoring the past. The celebration included tributes to the fallen and to the ancestors who had laid the foundation for their current alliance. The ancient ruins on Cylon V were honored as a symbol of the enduring spirit of cooperation and resilience. A vision for the future. High Chancellor Thear and other leaders shared their vision for the future, emphasizing the importance of continued collaboration, exploration, and mutual respect. The message was clear. Together, they could achieve great things. New opportunities. The alliance opened new opportunities for trade, cultural exchange, and scientific collaboration. Joint projects in space exploration, environmental sustainability, and technological innovation flourished, benefiting both civilizations. The Empress's shadow. Despite the progress, the shadow of the Empress loomed large. Intelligence reports suggested that she was regrouping, her defeat only a temporary setback. The threat of her return kept the alliance vigilant and prepared for any future conflicts. A united defense. The new fleet, symbolizing the united strength of the Phalar and humans, stood ready to defend their shared home. Continuous training, strategic planning, and technological advancements ensured that they would be prepared for any threat. Exploring the unknown. With the immediate threats addressed, attention turned once again to exploration. The galaxy was vast and filled with mysteries waiting to be uncovered. The spirit of adventure and discovery that had brought the Phalar and humans together now drove them to seek out new frontiers. The next generation. As the alliance grew stronger, the next generation of Phalar and humans stepped up to continue the work. Young leaders, scientists, and explorers were inspired by the legacy of cooperation and the possibilities of a united future. A lasting legacy. Elindra and Captain Hayes, now seasoned leaders, continued to guide and inspire their people. Their partnership and the alliance they had helped build stood as a testament to the power of unity and the enduring spirit of hope. The journey continues. The story of the Phalar and humans was far from over. As they faced the future together, they knew that challenges and opportunities lay ahead. With determination, courage, and a shared vision, they were ready to embrace whatever the galaxy had in store. A brighter tomorrow. As the twin moons of Erendor shone brightly in the night sky, the Phalar and humans looked to the stars with hope and optimism. The alliance they had forged was a beacon of light in the galaxy, a symbol of what could be achieved through unity and cooperation. The endless journey. And so the journey continued. With each new discovery, each challenge overcome, and each step forward, the Phalar and humans wrote the next chapter in their shared story. The future was theirs to shape, and together, they would create a legacy that would endure for generations to come.